What's up, my dudes? My name is Sister Turley, and this is a new idea for a series I had on MX Simulator. So what I'm going to actually be doing is going to any sort of AMA track or custom track or anything like that, and I'm going to actually try to ride the track completely backwards. So I don't know if this idea is going to work, but I think it should be pretty fun because if you guys don't know, there's actually a lot of tracks out there that are a ton of fun to ride backwards. I don't know why that is, but you just would never really think to ride a track backwards, but it's cool because it feels like the same track because it is the same track, but it's like a whole complete new layout. So it's actually pretty interesting, and I think a lot of custom tracks out there will be a lot of fun to try to ride backwards and see if it's even possible. So obviously on your finish line jump and your triples and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit weird. You might have to kind of over jump something or case something to even like get over the jump, but you'll be surprised on how much fun it is to try to hit like rhythms and stuff backwards. So yeah, I just think it's a pretty cool idea, and just, you know, how my mind goes to crazy places and thinks of crazy things. So this is just kind of a new series I'm going to try to do, and definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see some more riding tracks completely backwards, because in most games you just get reset, and you know, if you just barely get off the track, it's like, oh nope, fun, you can't have none of that, so we're just going to reset you on the track. But with MX Simulator, you can do whatever you want, man. You can jump transfer jumps, just go completely backwards like this, pretty much do anything you want to, man. So it's cool. It's fun because, like I was saying, it's interesting. You'll notice if you start doing this, like how the track feels very similar to that track, but when you ride it backwards, it's like a whole new layout. It's pretty crazy, and I think it's good practice for you because you're hitting jumps like. You're hitting jumps and corners differently, it feels like, than you normally would, because it's just not a normal flow of a track. So I feel like it is pretty good practice, if that makes any sense at all. It almost kind of feels like you're riding on more of a enduro style track or a trail track or something, because you're like right here, you're having to like roll over that and really take your time with the whoops and stuff, and little sections like that. And this little double right here is pretty cool, and it's just cool because you got to be like precise, and there's a lot of really unique, interesting lines that come out when you start riding on a track backwards. Like this right here, you can kind of triple that, and I'm pretty sure you could triple that too, but it's not really worth it because you couldn't get on your brakes quick enough, and it's a pretty steep jump because that's the main jump going the other way, so it'd be kind of hard to actually land on that. But as long as you can get over the finish line, as long as you can like double the main triples backwards, then you're gonna be okay. Like all your rhythms are pretty chill. So yeah, this is just a crazy idea. You guys know me, I have a lot of them, but it's always cool to try new things and see how cool they'll be. And like I said, it'll be more cool on actual custom tracks because they might actually have some kind of custom track that completely works perfectly going backwards on it, because just by the way they build them. But with the RF AMA track like this, it's a little harder to go backwards on them because they're made a real specific kind of way. So but I don't know, I think it'd be fun to try to even ride on motocross tracks backwards. I think it'd be a little harder to do that because they're really made to hit one way. Like if it's a tabletop or something like that, like a supercross track, you can kind of get away with it better because your rhythm sections, you can kind of jump them backwards even though they're not meant to be hit like that. So but yeah, it's cool, man. I don't know I don't know what it's going to turn out to be like riding on tracks backwards and stuff, but I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it's just cool. The whole thing that made me even think about doing this is when I would just be sitting there, I'd run 1,000 laps on a track or whatever, and I'd just be sitting there in a custom track race or something, and then after the race, you know how you're just messing around doing like wheelies and stoppies and transfer jumps and stuff, and I just got to where I started riding on tracks backwards, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty fun. I've never really tried to do this before, so that's kind of what I started doing. And it's cool how you can actually kind of find your flow on the track backwards, because generally you would think it's impossible to ride a track backwards, you know what I mean? Like I figure most people would just think, oh no, it's not even possible, but I mean, you can see it right here. Rhythms for days, boys. So you can like get in a little, like, you almost like kind of tire tap in a section, and it's crazy because you don't even do that when you're riding on the track the right way. Like right here, you kind of like hit this and you tire tap over to that, so it's pretty cool, man. Then like I said, this right here, you gotta kind of slow down so you can hit the whoops, but it's cool because you can hit whoops completely backwards. There's nothing really stopping you from doing that. So yeah, this is just a really cool idea I had right here, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. So anyways, I appreciate all you watching these videos, and I'll keep on making them. Peace.